for us is more important to win titles than to finish top 4. Probably other clubs finishing in the top 4, probably they would like to be in our position to try to fight for a title.
That was pretty clear from Jose Mourinho. He's basically saying, like, if we can't win the title, then it doesn't matter. But finishing in the top 4, it's all about focusing on other silverware.
Well, he has got a point to some extent that there's a lot of focus now on getting in the top 4 as success, and clubs and fans like a day out at Wembley or somewhere in Europe, like the United fans will be going for the Europa League final. So he has got a point to some extent, Mark. But what he's failed to say is the clubs that are in it, he's striving for Champions League football. Forget the League Cup, right? He'd give that back in a heartbeat when they beat Southampton. He's striving for for Champions League football next year, which the top 4 pretty much have already got. There's a little bit of work to be done. That's what he hasn't got in the bag yet, which they have, because there's no guarantee they're going to beat a young Ajax team. No. So it's kind of like a little, I understand what he's saying. It is about trophies, but ultimately for this club, it's getting back in the Champions League to start building again, and he's not cemented that position yet, whereas the top 4 looks like it's going to be the top 4, barring a disaster.
Going to stick with Man United. Chelsea have had a successful season. They've won the league. Going to go from 6th up to 2nd. I need you to tell me if they've had a successful season or not. We've been speaking about United. If they finish 6th, they've got the League Cup, and they win the Europa League, is that a good season?
Yes. Well, look, you always want to do it better, but the objective was to get in the Champions League next year, and if they do it by the Europa League, then fine. If you're trying to get players to come to United next year or in the summer, you're not going to say, "Oh, would you like to come to us in the summer?" But James or whoever it is, yes, but I'd like to know how you qualified for the Champions League. Did you do it via the league or via the Euro? Nobody cares.
Correct.
How do you get there? Because that's what Mourinho needs, and he'll say, "Look, we've got the League Cup, we've got the Europa League, we're back in the Champions League football. There'll be better players coming to United next year." And people will buy that. What they won't buy next year is some of the same rhetoric and results that they've had, particularly at home, against weaker opposition. So the pressure will be on in the summer. The pressure will be on to get this win against Ajax, but they won't be able to play as they have this year, next year, and United fans won't buy it.
Let's do the rest of the top 6. I think your answer to this will be a one-word answer which will start in N and end in O. Arsenal, successful season, 5th, and the FA Cup is still not a successful season. No. Liverpool, 4th and no trophy.
Yes.
Champions League football qualifying, but...
Champions League football, a lot of work to be done, lots of injuries, yes.
3rd, Manchester City, no trophy.
Not a successful season, an eye-opener. An eye-opener for the manager to the league, an eye-opener from the manager to how bad some of the signings have been over recent years and what he has to work with. And an eye-opener to him, Pep, that having a better balance, it's not all about philosophy. There's nothing wrong with defending. Nothing wrong with a goalkeeper kicking it into the stand, getting rid of it. And until he, that might have been good for Spain or other places, but I don't think it's going to be good for England, so no.
Tottenham Hotspur, 2nd but no trophy.
Do you know, I think it has been a successful season for them because they've a lot, it regrets me to say it because they haven't won anything, but they've played great. They have moved up again in the league in terms of they keep getting better. All the players, almost all, I think only Kyle Walker, the main one, hasn't signed a new contract. No guarantee that they're going to stay, but they've all penned new deals. The manager looks like he's staying. So I think they were obliterated by a 13-game winning streak that Chelsea went on.
Yep.
So I think it's been quite a successful season for them. If they'd finished down in 4th, I would have said no, but they finished 2nd to a very good team and they continue to get better. That's not bad.
Yep. We started with Manchester United and Jose Mourinho will end with them as well. A successful season only if they win the Europa League and get into the Champions League next season.